Hello and welcome to The Meet Cute, the podcast where we talk all things romantic comedy, but mostly the bad ones. My name's Zach.
I'm Haley.
I'm Edward.
And I know last week we said that we would do a really bad movie this week, but we lied to your goddamn faces.
Take that, you idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Edward doesn't even know what we're talking about because he was in the woods
Not
where
at
we
all.
left him.
I was left. They dropped me off in a van. They drove away real fast and said, gosh, find your way back. And I didn't.
That was the bit.
What's funny is, you have not heard the episode yet, but that is the narrative
The
we
exact
spun.
narrative we
Great.
spun.
Well, good.
And it's the truth. We did it.
Yeah. Confirmed.
Yeah. What we're doing this week instead is something we've talked about for a bit. It is the official Meet Cute Rom Com Draft. So the noises we all just did, I was doing fans in a stadium. Haley was doing like a vacuum. And Edward was doing Edward being burned.
It's my ringtone.
So here's how it's going to work. We've got 6 categories. We're going to draft characters from famous rom-coms to make up our own perfect rom-com ensemble of characters. We have a few caveats. 1, it can only be characters.
I'm sorry, that saliva swallow was so gross, and I'm not going to have you edit this out. I'm going to tell everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
you
like,
had a gross saliva
I'm thirsty.
I want you to edit out the noise, but not us talking about it. So everyone has to go back and be like, what?
We'll get a lot of plays.
Go on.
So, you can only choose characters from movies we previously covered on the podcast. There are 2 caveats, though.
Why these 2 caveats?
I'll explain.
Okay.
The 2 caveats are 27 Dresses and Love Actually.
Now explain.
27 Dresses because that's one of Haley's favorite rom-coms, and I also love it. And we know it well, and it holds a true place in Haley's heart.
I don't know why it does.
So we're giving that as an option for everybody, but if you wanted to, I don't want to limit you in terms of your own who you would actually choose for a rom-com draft.
True.
And Love Actually, because we've all seen it, and it's such a classic, and we haven't covered it in the podcast, but I think it should still be open for conversation.
Sure.
Those are the 2 caveats. We have 6 categories. We're going traditional in terms of gender, just to chop it up in terms of how the rom-com would be produced in Hollywood. So here are the 6 categories: female lead, male lead, female's best friend, male's best friend, boss, and ex. And the boss can be for either the male or female lead, but the ex has to be the opposite of who it's for. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Sure.
So if we did the female's boss, we would have to do the male's ex.
Exactly, and
Great.
vice versa.
And vice versa.
So we have 3 cards here. One's a 6, one's a 7, one's an 8. We'll do. I've shuffled them up. Whoever draws the 8 will go first. Whoever draws the 7 will go second. And whoever draws the 6 will go third, and we'll loop around.
Great.
So if you are third the first round, you'll be first the second round, and second, you're always second. Does that make sense?
Oof, always the second, never
right.
the third or first.
You
can edit
you
that
got it. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We're gonna make our perfect rom-com ensembles. Let's pick these cards.
Wait. Now we have what kind of rom-com is this going to be? Are we going to decide at the end, or are we going to decide now? Because
You
I
mean
feel
like the plot of our rom-com?
yeah, is in
or?
is it going to be like a fantasy element kind of rom-com?
that's
Is
for
it going
you.
to be like best friend who's there the whole time kind of
What
rom-com?
do you want it to be?
Well, I know what I want it to be.
You're building your own your own rom-com, and you got to make these characters work together. How would they work well? So everybody pick a card.
Okay, all right.
And then take a look. And what do you have? So we got Edward up first, Haley up second, Zach up third. Edward, the first round is female lead. Who do you draft? And you have to say, the first pick in the 2019 rom-com draft is...
You've been explaining rules for so long.
That's okay. We can edit those. Great. So I'm going to talk a bit, and then I will say the first pick because I need to talk through this.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Because, and then my final answer will be that little thing. Because this just sort of sets the tone for the rest of the movie. Just picking specifically this person, this character, right?
Yes. Yeah, we're not doing actors and actresses,
Right.
characters from other films.
Yeah, so picking this character will kind of set the tone for the rest of the movie. I have my answer, but I just want to make sure that it's...
Wait, it's characters?
Yes.
Oh.
That'll be great. This is good.
Oh,
This is
God,
good
my
for me.
whole... Everything's shifting. Okay, go on.
Okay. So... Oh, gosh. Because this won't... The one that I'm picking won't work for most of these movies. But that's okay. You know what? I'm going to run with it. I'm going to run with it.
And you got to remember, someone could pick your male lead. Someone could pick your boss. The one you have
That's
chosen.
true.
You got to be able to adapt.
That's true. So I'm just going to pick my female lead. My pick for the 2019
Meet
Cute
Cute
Rom-Com Draft is the female lead from You've Got Mail. I don't remember her
Meg Ryan.
We
can
Meg
say
Ryan.
the actor's
Okay, the
names,
actor's
yeah.
name. So Meg Ryan from You've Got Mail.
But her name was like Klanabe Klipissa.
It was Klanape Klipissa from You've Got Mail.
It was alliteration. Catherine Canvers. No, that's just...
Clonopin
Klonopin
Klipissa. Pissa.
Was it
Oh,
Kathleen?
it's something Kathleen Kelly. Is that
Kathleen
what
Kelly?
it is? It's Cadet Kelly. It's... What was mine?
Clonopin
Klipissa.
It was Kathleen Kelly.
Great. Kathleen Kelly from You've Got Mail.
You're locking that in.
I'm locking that in. Do I need to explain why, or do we just...
If you'd like to give a brief explanation, you may.
No,
but you
she's
don't
just a delight, and what a fun character.
Very good. Haley.
Oh, man. This is tough, man. I clearly did not think about this enough. You know what? I actually think I want to choose Anna Faris in What's Your Number?
Very interesting.
Can you tell me why? Because I have yet to listen to that episode.
Because she's genuinely funny, and not in like a rom-com funny. She's like genuinely flawed. Like she's a real person. And I don't know. I like her. Well, I don't even remember her name. It was like Dodd. No.
Yep, good old...
Why don't you just stick with the actresses?
No.
I feel like I'm looking through all the other rom-coms we've done, and my only other one would be what's her name from Set It Up?
Zoe Deutsch.
Zoe Deutsch.
Deutsch.
And the thing
That is fair.
that I liked Set It Up when I watched it, and then immediately after, but going back on it, to me she was a little too like, I'm a girl who likes sports and I'm different because of it. And so no, I still liked it, but I'm backing up from that because it was just a little like too cute for me. Sure.
Mm.
Anna Faris isn't like, she's cute, but in like she ain't trying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna go with that.
We have our first controversy. That was going to be my pick, but I can't do it now.
Ooh.
So
Fight.
you have to say the full.
Fight.
You have to say the full sentence, though, Haley.
I choose
No, the second pick.
the second pick for the
Meet
Cute Rom-Com
Rom-Com
Draft
is
is Anna Faris in What's Your Number?
very good.
Hey.
And I'm Zach, and I'm going to do my pick now. The third pick in the 2019 Meet Cute Rom-Com Draft is Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
Ooh, that was my
See,
second
that was gonna be
one.
good one, good one.
Good.
Anna Faris is great. I think that she can like roll with any character you put her against and make it her own kind of funny thing. Julia Roberts is in the same way. She's so funny in her sort of fish out of water way, and I think she would really nail any rom-com we put her in. All right, so I get the first pick in the male lead round.
Great.
The first pick in the male lead category of the 2019 Meet Cute Rom-Com Draft is
Tugga.
Matthew Good in Leap Year.
All right.
Really?
I loved him. I thought he was funny, charming, and I think with the right script, he could really soar.
What was the name of the bag that he kept?
Louis, because it was a
Louis,
Louis
yeah.
Vuitton.
And that was so funny. I think
That was the only funny thing in the movie, besides a high heel zooming across the
that's
room.
right. And them chasing the car in a Benny Hill slapsticky way.
Oh,
that's
man.
my pick. I
Look,
locked it
man,
in.
that's fair.
Haley, what are you thinking for male lead?
I have to go with my favorite movie, and I'm just going to say James Marsden in 27 Dresses. I don't need to see any other things.
You have to say it. Say it. say the essay that Zach's making us say.
Yeah.
On this day of March 20th, I choose for the Meet Cute Rom Com Draft James Marsden in 27 dresses.
Haley, you're being overindulgent now. Edward, take us home.
All right. My pick for male lead in the 2019 Meet Cute Rom-Com Draft is Matthew McConaughey from
No.
Ghosts of Girlfriends Past.
Oh,
Why?
very interesting
That's
choice.
disgusting.
I feel like that was his best. That was him as his nicest McConaughey.
He was a douche.
So he's writing emails with Kathleen Kelly.
Kathleen Kelly. He had to learn a lesson by going back in time and
guess so.
pre-mail, I guess. Ugh. Remember
it's
when
weird
he
'cause-
tried to pick up that cake? Anyway. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't stop thinking about it.
It had to be McConaughey, and I
That's fair. It's a good lineup.
yeah.
You know, we ran into JW recently, and he was telling us that he got cast on a network show that's coming up, and they had to look through everything he's ever put on social media to see if it was like gonna be controversial or whatever, including every single one of the podcasts he ever was a guest on. So when they were done with the report, they were like, "All right, well, do you want a copy of the report?" And he was like, "Absolutely, I do."
You bet.
And they gave a transcription of our podcast, highlighted all of the parts that could have been controversial. Basically, anytime we mentioned like gay or trans, which like we're all positive.
yeah. What could they have? I want to know what was
Well, because
controversial.
JW was just like, I think there's good gay representation.
Uh-huh.
Well, Haley, remember that whole 8-minute monologue you went on about the Gaza Strip?
Oh,
I'm just saying, if they worked out their differences,
Yes, those.
And you know what? People with depression should just be happy.
try it.
That was a weird one you went with. No one was even in the room.
We weren't even in the room.
So somewhere out there, an entertainment lawyer had to listen to our podcast and transcribe it, and that is so funny.
Hey, if you're a fan now and you're still listening, entertainment lawyer, thanks.
What a 10th circle of torture. Having to transcribe us.
To transcribe.
I'm going to say something insane right now just in case someone ever has to transcribe this.
Okay, good.
Oh, my bleeping little blue whale went all over the bathroom. Can you stop it, Jazz Daddy?
And they'll be like, wow, did that guy fall asleep on his keyboard?
So the first 2 rounds are locked in.
They're locked in. What?
Edward, we're going to the third round. It starts
Okay.
with you again. This is the female's best friend. I didn't say female best friend, the female's best friend.
Oh.
Take that into account.
Wow.
You know what? I didn't think of the Wait. Yes, I did. No, I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. We can take a while.
No. I'm sorry that I have to take this from you.
Jesus Christ. It better
Uh-oh.
not be what I think it is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my pick for female best friend of the 2019 Mickey rom-com is Judy Greer from 13 Going on 30.
Ooh.
No, good pick. Wasn't actually the one I was
Great,
worried about.
wonderful. Was it a Greer?
No.
Oh, good.
Well, I don't want to say too
Ooh.
much.
Sure.
Ooh. You know, I thought I had one,
Mm-hmm.
but now I think I'm going to get a little controversial.
Shit.
And I'm going to pick for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom-Com Draft. I choose Zooey Deschanel in Failure to Launch.
That is fair.
Great pick.
That is fair. Good pick.
Very good.
She
Oh,
wanted
strong.
to kill.
Man, oh man.
Should you have picked the Mockingbird instead?
No.
No.
Man, oh man. I'm so glad I was scrolling through our old podcast and saw that one. Otherwise, I think I may have been choosing another Judy Greer or Molly Shannon in Never Been
All
Kissed.
right.
But let's
Oh,
see what
also very
Zach's got.
solid. My pick
Ooh.
for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom-Com Draft is... You knew who it was going to be. Blonde Kathy Bates.
Blonde Bates.
From Rumor Has It.
She is not a best
You know what?
friend.
How fun would that dynamic be? Her and Julia Roberts?
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
This is the dream.
Oh, you're not wrong.
I'm not. She would be so funny.
I feel like, see, this is my problem because Matthew McConaughey and Judy Greer would be great together.
Oh, yeah.
Meg Ryan is in the movie, I guess. She's the star, but she's like on a weird other quasi-serious level, whereas both of those other two are just chuckling.
I also think
Everywhere
that Judy Greer in the specific 13 going on 30 role would be great
Yeah.
because she's, I don't know. Actually, I was thinking more like great with like Matthew McConaughey, like
Exactly.
sort of tit for tat there.
Yeah. Where,
Now, can you speak to your decision to choose Judy Greer in 13 going on 30 versus The Wedding Planner, where she's actually nice?
well, because clearly right now I'm going for some form of weird antagonistic film where Matthew McConaughey's not great and Judy Greer's not great, and I feel like, I don't know, I liked her character in 13 going on 30 because she's she's mean nice. Like they have that sort of like high school girl relationship where they keep insulting each other, but it's fun. But also she's a bad person in the end, and so that's I don't know, it's an interesting twist. Ugh.
I like
a little. Yeah.
I'll take it. Does anyone need a brief intermission? We're about halfway through the draft.
This is going to be a very quick episode.
Don't be so sure.
Oh, we got
I may
things to
have
do.
some tricks up my sleeve as the
my
commissioner
gosh.
of the draft.
Oh man, doves are flying out of his
wow.
sleeves, everyone.
Yeah. But before we go on to anything that may or may not happen, I'm going to kick off the round of the male's best friend. My pick for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom Com Draft is Seth Meyers from New Year's Eve.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yes.
Does that
God
count?
Damn it.
I guess why not? He's
I'm
an
going to
ensemble.
count it. He's a good supporting member of the film. He's by no means even one of the primary stories, so
Sure.
I think it would count.
Okay.
And he would play he's so lovable. He would be great with Matthew Good,
Oh.
especially in Leap Year.
They look like they could be cousins, and I feel like they would be cousins in that movie.
I would take it. It's I thought about that one all day. I was like, we're getting Sethy Boy back in here. So Haley,
That's a really
Who
good
you got?
one. Ooh. I got to think for a second. For the man best friend. For the man best friend as I scroll through and think about it. And
Don't you take mine.
think. No. Oh! I have one.
mm-hmm.
Wait, can I take someone who is technically has been a rom-com lead and make them a best friend?
No, it has to be
Damn
a
it.
supporting role. That's why I think Seth Meyers counts because
And Blonde Bates, apparently.
exactly.
Your liberal view of supporting characters.
No, yeah, anything supporting.
Someone's gonna have to transcribe that one.
Brackets whispering. Oh, baby, I love the jazz nipples.
Okay, I've thought about it, and I'm gonna try something fun.
Okay, you're
Someone
allowed.
we wanted to
I
see
don't
more
think you're
of.
allowed.
Someone we wanted to see more of, and I think this would be an interesting dynamic with the man I chose.
The Mockingbird.
No,
Okay.
you ready? I choose for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom-Com Draft Jennifer Goodwin from Win a Date with Tad Hamilton.
Great.
Very
I
interesting.
love her.
That was left field.
Yes, but I had to go through all our rom-coms and think about it, and I think James Marsden being best friends with Jennifer Goodwin would be so fun.
They would be.
You're
They,
right.
they both have delightful smiles.
And those baby blues popping out of that black hair.
Ooh, yeah, and they're both buff.
Maybe they'd even be brother and sister best friends.
They do look like they could be.
That could be a
brother
cool
and sister.
dynamic.
That'd be amazing.
This rules. Yeah, I'm into this.
This
Great.
rules.
Yeah, this is tight as hell.
Yeah. Oh, too good. Too good.
That was fucking sick. Edward?
We all saw this coming, but my pick for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom-Com Draft is the dream team of Bradley Cooper and Justin Bartha
Ooh, baby.
from Failure to Launch.
Nice.
I just think Well, we've all seen them with Matthew
We
McConaughey.
sure have.
They're basically two halves of a single person, and I think it would work well.
What a horrid person.
And I choose Rocket Raccoon
Rocket Raccoon
as my male best friend.
Remember when he used to do funny things, and now he had sex with Lady Gaga on stage? At
I
the
thought you
Oscars?
meant Rocket Raccoon, and when you said had sex with her, I was like, what did I miss in the...
No, it was a long scene.
Groot.
Oh, God.
you Groot.
That's a pretty good rocket.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Are we doing like a 2-man thing where like from now on I am Groot and you
Yeah.
are
I'm the raccoon.
Wow.
That was less good.
I am Groot. I love Groot. Oh,
I know
sometimes
you
sometimes I get super emotional thinking about how much I love Groot.
Did you know you've seen all of them?
Dad.
18
Dad,
Marvel
thank
movies.
you.
We've
Good.
seen now 19. We've seen all 19 Marvel films
19,
now.
The other
No.
day on the train, I was thinking of him saying "Dad," and I was like,
I know. That's
"Holy
so
fucking
sad.
Christ!"
Yeah.
I always thought of them more as like brothers.
Me too.
Both of them
yeah, or
made
like,
me,
like buddy cops. or
Yeah.
Oh,
something,
the
yeah.
between the subtext.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told Zach about that.
Yeah, they told me it didn't quite hit me right away, but after I was like, "Oh, that's very sad."
That's pretty sad. Anyway,
Edward. So the next round is boss. Now this is going to be a loose term. I consider the boss could be like a literal boss in a corporate setting, or the person sort of pulling the strings, if you will.
Mhm.
You know, a catalyst for the motion. So
like, and this is not my pick, but the parents from Failure to Launch.
it could be that, or it could be as small as Andy Serkis in 13 Going on 30.
Great.
But there always
Yeah.
is that role.
Yeah.
So who would you choose as your pick? So Edward, it's up to you. Take a moment if you need.
I do need a moment because I'm down to 2, and maybe more. Let's see.
Did Topher Grace look better as the Grand Duke in Black Klansman than he did in Win a Date with Tad Hamilton?
Maybe. No, his mustache is weird.
Yeah, but I thought he looked healthy, and he
think he looks
didn't look
better
healthy
with
in Win a Date with
age.
Tad Hamilton.
He's aging like a fine cheese.
Great.
Okay, gosh. All right, so my pick for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom Com Draft is BB Newworth from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, the classic boss who was also in Frasier.
Nice. That's like a good. I feel like that could work.
Yeah, I feel like she and Meg Ryan have the most in common compared to anyone else in that movie.
Okay, so I am going to pick John C. Reilly in Never Been Kissed.
Great.
Ooh,
Yeah, and
phenomenal.
Yeah.
You're a delight.
Because I'm pretty sure, maybe both of them, but at least James Marsden in 27 Dresses is a journalist.
Hmm.
John C. Reilly as his boss could be pretty fun.
I've got a choice, and I may regret this.
Whoa.
You
I'm
will.
between two. One is a bit more abstract. One is straightforward, but I'm going straightforward, and I think it's the right answer. My pick for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom Com Draft is Taye Diggs in Set It Up.
No, I was thinking of one
He's
of them. Yeah.
a dick, but he was good at what he did.
He was very good. He was a fun jerk.
Right.
And I think that the playful Julia Roberts Matthew Good dynamic could have a lot of fun, sort of tearing him down, if you will. Sort of getting back at the boss. I think that'd be quite
I
good.
wouldn't have even thought of him.
My other choice that I was between was, and you may not consider this the boss, Paul Walker in She's All That.
Yeah, I guess he would be a boss,
He falls into,
kind of, but he's also the romantic comedy lead, is he not?
No,
Who am I thinking
you're
of?
thinking of Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Paul
Oh,
Walker
you're
was
thinking
the
was
one-
the
Dick
one
best
who was-
friend.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can let that slide, but you didn't choose him anyway.
But I mean, he fills
He
the
was
boss
the-
quota of
Making
bad
it
person
happen.
who makes the story
Yes,
happen.
but he's also a teenager.
Yeah, I know, but he's still
There can be teenage bosses.
you know, there's always that role, and I think that he was that for that film. That's why I consider him sort of the boss. But I think Taye Diggs would be fun as a literal boss.
Sure.
Great. I think that was a better choice.
And he would be. I have to choose if that's for the male or the female. So, who is everybody's boss for?
James Marsden.
Tay Diggs, in my mind, is for Matthew Good.
Okay.
Oh, so in our movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
your movie.
Well, yeah, she would be Meg Ryan's boss.
Cool. All right. So now we've got our last round. We're doing the X of the opposite person. So I'll start off. I'm doing the X for Julia Roberts. And my final pick for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom Com Draft is Tad Hamilton from Win a Date with Tad Hamilton.
Okay.
I think he'd be great. He's got a great presence. He'd be a great person for Matthew Good to have to live up to or surpass.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he would add a cool dynamic to the film, especially because he used to date a prostitute. I guess is what this would be.
So yeah,
Apparently, that's what this movie would be.
Yeah.
So that's my pick, Haley.
And
please remember.
Oh, I got one. So they had to have been an X, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
in every movie they had to have been an X.
Yeah, and that's why I think Tad Hamilton counts because he's the ex of Kate Bosworth. By the
Okay.
end.
He is. So I'm going to choose
I know what you're gonna say.
to be Anna Faris's ex. I choose Greg Kinnear in You've Got
Love
Mail.
that Greg Kinnear.
That'd be so weird.
That'd be so weird.
I think it'd be actually very funny.
Yeah, very, very weird.
He's just a little too old for
Yeah,
her.
just a little bit.
I like it. You go.
Great. Okay. So now that it has to be an X, I think then my choice is clear, which is my pick for the bloody doo 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 dee 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 da is Parker Posey from You've Got Mail.
Oh.
Because think of it this way: it's Parker Posey, Meg Ryan, Bebe Neuwirth, and Judy Greer, all similar in like tone, and then there's the three bros, and I feel like that dichotomy is a good dynamic.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's review what our movie is, like who's in our film,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, give us the log line for everybody's movie. Everybody take a second
oh yeah,
and give us just like the quick log line for your film.
Sure.
Actually,
how?
we're going to take this one from... Can I take it?
Yeah, sure.
So in a moment, we're going to give each other the quick log line for our film, say what it's about, and sort of sum up how our characters interact. And we have no other twists or categories coming, so it'll be awfully
Right.
easy.
Yeah.
That siren sound.
Oh no.
That was a siren.
That was a
I
siren.
thought it was a guy tied up in a closet.
Me too.
But he
Me
could
too.
also have a siren.
That siren means that we've got one more category to get into today.
Oh.
And we're resetting the cards, so who knows who's going first.
Okay.
I mean, we will soon. But
The final category in the 2019 Meet Cute Rom Com Draft is romantic gesture.
Oh, wow.
Everybody pick a card.
I like this. 6.
Well, Edward's going first again. That's how it works.
I don't want to. Can number 2 go first?
All right, Edward, go through all the films. Pick the one romantic gesture you want your film to include.
Zach, for the first time ever in this podcast, you were screaming.
I'm fucking hyped. This was this was fun.
You are always so quiet, and I have such a hard time compressing it so you're louder and like loud enough for it. And now you are screaming. Okay.
Okay. I think. Okay. Oh gosh, I have 2 options, but I think I'm gonna go with my gut.
Okay.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to go with my other gut, my better gut. My pick for the 2019 Meet Cute Rom Com Draft is... Oh, but you'll have to remind me from what movie this is. She go in the film, Meg Ryan goes off to a lighthouse on a beach, and Matthew McConaughey tracks her down and just meets her there. It's
from
It's
What Happens,
what
in,
happens
Vegas.
in Vegas. Yes, the what happens in Vegas gesture.
That is so barely a gesture. I love it.
Yeah.
I'll go second.
Yes.
I choose a simple classic.
Oh.
the gesture from Leap Year. She goes to Ireland and she says, I left him. I love you.
Great.
What a
That's
treat.
nice. I have to think about it.
And after this, we can give our log lines.
I should pick something from Some Kind of Beautiful. Just kidding. There was nothing.
I couldn't tell you what.
I don't know what was the gesture.
There was none.
Did he knock her up, or was she pregnant? Am I projecting?
I think you're making things up. I have no
Yeah,
You're
idea.
projecting. That's the...
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay.
Okay, the romantic gesture I choose for the rom-com 2019 Meet Cute Draft, some variation of those orders, is meeting them, just chasing them in the car, and then dancing with them on the side of the road, a la Win a Date with Ted Hamilton at the end.
Very cool.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, everybody, we'll go around real quick and give our log lines for our film.
I have to think about it.
I'll go
Yeah.
first if you guys want. You
Please,
guys
please.
can mull it over.
Yeah.
But don't not pay attention to me.
I'm not going to pay attention to you.
Okay, well, even good. That's even better. So, and you have to give the title of the film at the end of your log line.
Okay.
In my film, Julia Roberts is just your regular old prostitute who stumbles after being taken on a trip to Ireland by a rich businessman. She stumbles into a small Irish pub and meets Matthew Good. And she says, hey, I think I could work here and help you bring this bar back. And she injects a little bit of fun into his life. His best friend is played by Seth Meyers, who is an expat who moved there years ago. And he's like, I don't know about this chick. And her quick best friend is blonde Kathy Bates, who's just a kooky old woman who lives in the garden out back. Who did I say for the boss? Oh.
Don't you have it written down?
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah. Tay Diggs is the corporate guy who owns the bar, and he is so mean, and he's telling Matthew Good, if you don't get this place to be more fun, I'm going to kick you out of here, and I won't let you live in the farm in the back. And they come together, and they have a good time getting the bar out there, getting a little more fun in their lives. And then her ex, who actually isn't a businessman, he's superstar Tad Hamilton, who flew her to Ireland to have sexcapades, comes back and says, hey, you know what? I think I want to hire you again. She says, step off. And then she's already in Ireland, so she goes to Matthew Good's bar and says, I love you. And they get to keep the bar. And that movie, An Irish Nickel. That's what it's
name.
called. Yeah.
I need a minute. I'm typing mine out.
Why? You want to be more prepared than what I just mumbled to everybody? Because that's weird, Haley.
Because I'm liking this movie. You guys might have to help me title my rom-com.
Sure.
But I have it. Okay. Anna Faris is just like a woman who can't get it right with the guys. She reads something that says that if she doesn't pick someone to marry before she sleeps with 20 people, that she'll never get married. So she decides to track down all of her exes and see if any of them are marriage material now. Now she meets James Marsden, who is her neighbor and a reporter. Ooh, John C. Reilly wants some fun like expose, and he decides to write it on this crazy girl who's tracking down her exes. But they fall in love, so he doesn't want to publish the article anymore. But John C. Reilly says you have to, or else you're fired. So he does. But can they make it? Can they make it even though he has done something to betray her and embarrass her? Can they do it? I don't know. And what's her name? Is James Morrison's sister? Gwyn Goodman?
Jennifer Goodwin.
Sure.
Klonopin
Klopissa.
And who else is there? Check my list.
Her best friend is
Also blonde Kathy Bates.
No. You ruined
They
this by not being ready for me.
her best friend is Zooey Deschanel.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. Her unaffected roommate.
Yeah, who's just like sick of her being
and
scutch.
And her and John C. Reilly, in a funny twist, end up together.
When does the ex show up?
Oh, Greg Kinnear, he's one of the exes that she's
Oh,
tracking
alright,
down.
okay.
So he gets like a funny scene where we
He's
find
like
out
one of
that
the
he's,
longer.
Yeah, he's one of the
screen time
longer exes.
exes,
You
yeah.
find out that he's like still a weirdo. Like at first she thinks he like cleaned up, But no, he's still super weird. So,
Right.
oh, egg on her face.
And what's the movie called?
I might need help, guys. Rewriting the past.
Love it.
Great.
Fantastic. It's like a
Too
first draft title, but it's great.
Yeah. It's a work in progress.
Like
This
it'll
is
never
good.
make the green light,
No,
but
no,
it's
but
great.
it's good on the. It looks good on the page.
Yeah. Edward, take us home,
Okay.
baby.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be. You're gonna have to help me with the plot. I know the title, but you'll have to help me with the plot. So Meg Ryan and Bebe Neuwirth and Judy Greer all work for this small local. They all co-own this local publishing company. One day, con man Matthew McConaughey comes in. He's like, "I got this book that I wrote myself, and I would love to get it published." His friends Demo and Ace obviously back him up. They get into some romantic foibles with Judy Greer, who, let's be fair, does not care about them all at all. Either that, or they have a three-way. It could be one or the other. Anyway, turns out that Matthew McConaughey has been conning Meg Ryan. Didn't even write the book. His ex Parker Posey wrote the book, but he passed it off to be under his name. Meg Ryan, understandably, gets very upset and runs off to her favorite spot, the lighthouse, that she told him about one night at a fancy party that Bebe Neuwirth set them up to go to. Anyway, Matthew McConaughey tracks her down. They kiss at the lighthouse. He's like, "I'm sorry, baby." And they do it right there at the lighthouse. Anyway, the name of the movie is Book Space Lovers.
Okay.
Book Lovers, but it's
Good
two
title.
words.
I kind of don't want to see the movie.
It's like a 90s quasi-serious rom-com.
It is 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Some of it's in French.
No subtitles.
No subtitles. I wish there were like a foreign film director who had the balls to release a foreign film with no subtitles.
There was a film we watched freshman year of college. Yeah, I went to college.
Whoa.
And it was in my film Cinematic Expression.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, it was an experimental film. It was 30 minutes, and it was just like weird shit happening, but none of it
Yeah.
like gross weird shit. Just like, why is that dog in a stroller?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, it cuts to an eyeball, and the woman just cuts it in half.
Is that the
It's
is that
incredibly
Salvador Dali? Is that his film?
He
Or
has
is-
a
I think-
movie?
Yeah.
I think that's his.
It is, yeah. I'm forgetting the
she-
name. It's again like one of the most famous experimental
Yeah,
films of all
yeah.
time. But me looking at it, being like, "This is kind of cool." A little, it's like whatever's
Sure.
weird stuff. Oh, gross.
Oh, an eyeball.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah.
Zach, remember when you your favorite director was Michael Haneke, and you liked good movies, and this was before we watched 19 Marvel movies in the span
Yeah.
of 1 month? And
Michael Haneke's still like top 3 directors for me. I love Michael
Okay,
Haneke.
well, but you had me watch that movie that was in another language, but people who like each other.
Cachet?
Cachet.
You didn't watch it.
Okay, hold on. This is what I'm getting to.
Chocolat.
Oh.
You really wanted me to watch Cachet, so you rented it, from a place where you can rent DVDs, and
Oh,
we got
yeah.
it. And then you were so excited for me to watch it. We sat in front of the couch, put it in, and it never showed subtitles.
You're right, yeah.
Nice.
So
So you had to
I
guess.
didn't
Oh,
have to watch it.
You should watch it. Actually, Cachet is so good. It's about this family. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Please tell me.
Watch it like immediately.
All right.
It's-
See you guys.
The only movie is Captain Marvel.
Yeah. That's too bad this movie doesn't. Real quick, this family just starts getting tapes of the outside of their house, like videotapes,
Ooh.
just like mailed to them of just like 3 hours of the outside of their house. It's so good.
That's spooky.
It's
Oh, so it's
great.
not a love story at all.
Is it
No.
a spook film?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Um,
Great.
Maybe I'd like it, but it's in another language.
It's
so
like
is Funny Games.
Not the one we
Yeah,
saw.
Oof.
no Cash, and Juliette Binoche is the lead.
Oh, I like her.
And Gerard Depardieu.
Oh.
I
It's
hate this conversation.
So good.
Wow. Okay. I gotta look. Okay. I'll look this
Yeah.
up.
We're white boys who went to college, is this conversation.
I went to 2 colleges.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Mr. Moneybags
And I went to one
over
state school, so it
here.
evens
So
out.
yeah.
Anyway, the moral of the story is go watch Captain Marvel and Cachet back to back.
And no other films.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the rom-com draft? I think we did a pretty good
I think
job.
we did a
This
pretty
is
good
a
job.
nice, brief episode. I think my rom-com is probably the best of the 3.
But my title was the best. So
Oh, yeah.
And
And I
my-
think his cast was the best.
Yeah.
So We all won.
To be fair, I was thinking about it all day and taking notes in my phone and erasing them, being like, no, not her. And you guys thought of it now.
On the fly.
That being
So
said,
you guys nailed. No, I'm saying
think
you guys
my movie's
nailed
the
it
best, yeah.
for short notice. I think this was a nice testament to what we've put ourselves through for the past 6 months. I don't know how long.
If you have
Longer.
thoughts about our films that we've created,
We will not be taking notes.
You should comment which movie was your favorite. Was it mine, Rewrite the Past? Was it Edward's Book Lovers? Or was it Zach's?
An Irish Nickel.
An Irish nickel.
Nickel.
Or the Irish Nickel.
I have
Yeah.
a feeling mine is the best one.
Get to us at meetcutecast on Twitter and Instagram, or if you're a shy little boy,
Ooh,
email
a
us.
private little
Oh,
boy.
you're private.
Private
Ooh,
boy.
private little boy.
Email us at themeetcutecast@gmail.com and let us know if you like Book Lovers, Rewriting the Past, or An Irish Nickel. Or just unsubscribe. Whatever.
If you're that private of a boy, just unsubscribe, all right?
We understand what we've put you through. Thank you again for listening. For all of us here at the Meet Cute, I'm Zach.
I'm Haley.
I'm Edward.
Oh, you want to buy that? It's going to cost you an Irish nickel.
What are you guys? A bunch of book lovers?
Guys, we can't just rewrite the past.
I thought you were going to say, we can't just rewriting the past.
Well, we can't just go rewriting the past.
Thank you, Edward.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Good.
Day.
Good.